They found us by accident. The Varn Dominion, a race of cold-blooded conquerors with claws like razors and ships that swallowed moons, stumbled across Earth during a campaign to harvest helium-rich gas giants. We weren't their objective. We were a footnote, barely worth scanning. One of their scouting AIs flagged us as technologically immature, emotionally volatile, low yield. In Varn terms, that meant expendable. The order was simple: cleanse the surface, harvest minerals, leave no survivors. It wasn't war. It wasn't personal. It was extermination, procedural, methodical, routine. They dropped antimatter pods from orbit, blackened the sky in seconds, and released terraforming spores that turned our forests to sludge. New York, Delhi, São Paulo, gone in less than a day. But they didn't check for survivors, not thoroughly. They didn't dig deep enough into the sub-levels of broken cities. They didn't scan the flooded basements, the subway tunnels, the old nuclear bunkers. Because if they had, they would have known. You can burn our homes, but not our memory. You can wipe our cities, but not our rage. What survived wasn't a civilization. It was a fury. In the silence that followed, the survivors, maybe 100,000 across the planet, became something else. We weren't rebuilding. We were waiting, watching, learning. We captured one of their drones, twisted metal, still sparking with alien code, and tore it apart like wolves. Our engineers, coders, hackers, and lunatics pieced it back together, not to restore it, but to infect it. Within a month, we hijacked their recon feeds. Within 6, we understood their language, their structure, their weaknesses. That's when the first human kill teams were born. Not soldiers, but survivors. A mechanic from Detroit, a nurse from Lagos, a blind ex-sniper from Chechnya. Each one armed with makeshift weapons and vengeance running hotter than any plasma rifle. The Varn weren't ready. They were built for domination, not desperation. They relied on structure, orders, protocols. Humans? We improvise. We get dirty. We fight like cornered animals with nothing to lose. Our first attack was small, a mining rig in northern Greenland. We didn't just sabotage it. We turned it into a beacon, broadcasting a signal the Varn couldn't stop. It wasn't a distress call. It was a warning. We are still here. They tried to retaliate, but we were gone before their ships arrived. Shadows, ghosts. Then came Cairo, an ambush so brutal, so precise, that one of their regional commanders was pulled apart by magnetized rail spikes made from melted skyscrapers. They stopped calling us remnants. They started calling us unpredictable threats. In their language, it was the same term they used for solar flares and black holes. We liked that. We leaned into it. Every human alive became a weapon. Mothers carried bombs under market stalls. Teenagers sabotaged supply transports using dirt bikes and code injections. Old men lured Varn patrols into minefields with decoy signals and cursed them with their dying breaths. We weren't fighting to survive anymore. We were fighting to remember. Every battle was a monument to the ones we lost. And with every Varn ship that fell, the galaxy began to notice. Because Varn systems are networked, interconnected, and when one node fails, others get the signal. Our virus, part machine, part message, spread across their fleet like wildfire. But it wasn't just code. It was us, our music, our pain, our laughter, our voices screaming through their command channels at 3 a.m. Earth time, playing lullabies and war drums in the same breath. They didn't understand it, couldn't quantify it. And then the unthinkable happened. One of their ships surrendered. Not crashed, not destroyed. Surrendered. Its Varn crew laid down their weapons and asked us, in broken translations, to teach them how to feel like we do. It didn't mean peace. It meant victory was possible. And we weren't done. Not by a long shot. We took their ship, upgraded it, taught it to bleed blue fire and carry human souls. We named it Memory. our flagship, our vengeance engine. With memory leading, we pushed off Earth, Mars, the Belt. Then we hit their colonies. One by one, worlds that had never known war saw the arrival of ghosts in black armor, humans with nothing left to lose and everything to prove. They begged their High Council to wipe us out, to focus their whole fleet on Earth. But it was too late. Their empire, so vast and efficient, had become a network of fear. They shut down comms to avoid our propaganda. They turned off AI systems that began dreaming in human patterns. They built walls around their minds, and walls are useless when the enemy is already inside. Their collapse wasn't a war, it was a confession. They weren't built to handle us. In the end, Earth wasn't just a scar on their record, it was the seed of their undoing. We infected them with humanity, and nothing spreads faster. Today we don't fly under flags, we don't